Peace Queen. It's Melissa Crawford of thequeencode.com, and the message today is part 9 in the Queen Ascension series. So if you haven't seen the first 8 videos, no worries. It's not like you have to press pause here and go and watch those first. But you can watch this video, but definitely in your spare time do catch up on the other 8 videos, especially video 1, because that is the video where I go into greater detail about what this series is all about. But I'll do a quick recap here. We're talking about Queen Ascension. And Queen Ascension, it's all about queens rising. Right now on this planet, there is a great awakening that's going on for women and for men too. But I really wanted to focus here, of course, with the Queen Code on the queen rising, because it's like there's this greater calling. It doesn't matter where you are, what level you're at, whether you're the queen that feels like you're in the wilderness and you feel 1,000 miles away from your destiny, or if you're the queen that's already said yes, you're on the path and you're working towards a higher realization, or if you're the queen who's on her throne and you're actually aligned with your destiny and you're doing your thing. No matter where you are, at what level you're at, we're all being called not to the next level, but to another dimension. We're all being called upwards to another dimension. And so that's what the Queen Ascension series is about, because being called to that next dimension, we're really stepping into the power of who we were intentionally created to be. And that can sound, very elegant and, wonderful and powerful. But the truth is, as you ascend, as you rise, you only do so by releasing the things that don't reflect your highness. You only do so by releasing what you're not. And many times that releasing process can be very painful, because we're releasing things that we've become very comfortable with. We're releasing things that we would rather cling on to, even though it may be hurting us. We want to cling on to it because of fear of the unknown. So no matter where you are at this level, we're all being called upwards, and we're all going through this shifting process that may sometimes feel very uncomfortable. And so that's the reason why I wanted to do this series, to let you know, number one, that you're not alone in what you're going through, and also to give you some powerful keys of how to navigate from one dimension to the next. Now, like I explained in some of the earlier videos, we're right now as a planet in the 3rd dimension. We're coming out of this dimension of really almost like a masculine energy. And there's nothing wrong with the masculine energy, but we have been so in the masculine that we are literally on the edge of destruction. We've been so in this doing mode, focusing on the outside of us instead of the inside, that we've gotten to this point of chaos and wars and conflict and people not really knowing who they are because they're not connected to the power within. And right now we are ascending to the 4th dimension, which really is an age of greater peace and awareness, purpose, passion, living from your heart. The 3rd dimension is really, as it's been shaping up now, it's like hell on earth. It's just so much conflict and strife and limitation and fear. But the 4th dimension is all about expansion and cooperation and coming into a greater awareness of who you are. And as you do that, we begin to up level to something that feels and we experience as heaven on earth. That is our destiny. So right now, we're living in one of the best times in the evolution of this planet. We are lucky to be living right here, right now, in the midst of this great shift. And it's no accident that you're here right now, because you are a queen called for such a time as this. So again, this series is about getting you equipped, because if your life didn't mean something at this time, you wouldn't be here. So my belief is that you are one of the leaders of the new school, okay? If you're watching this video, you're one of the queens that are supposed to lead this great, not revolution, evolution. So talking about the 3rd dimension queen or the 4th dimension queen, showing you the difference between the two so that you can choose where you will reside, okay? Again, we're up leveling to the fourth dimension, but you can still choose not to go there. You can still choose to hang back in the fear, in the lack, in the limitation, in the confusion. So here we go, part 9, the third dimension queen. Now, the 3D queen, what I'll call the third dimension, the 3D queen, at the top of her game, she is a woman who is the creator of her life. At the top of her game, she is a woman who she's more than just a go-getter. She knows how to manifest. She understands the power of manifestation. This is a woman that has turned nothing into something. Doesn't matter whether she was born in poverty or with a silver spoon in her mouth. At some point in her life, she had the seed of an idea, the inkling of an idea. And she took that idea, worked very, very hard, and turned nothing into something. So she is a woman that is totally creator of her own life. She is very goal-oriented. She's very focused on the what. So she's very focused on the achievement, the goal, achieving or acquiring something outside of her. So this is a woman, if you look at her life, she looks like power. She commands power. She has a nice house, nice car, nice things, because she's manifested many of these things. And she's done that through the power, again, of doing. She's all about the action. She's all about hard work. And there's nothing wrong with it because she gets to enjoy the fruits of her labor. But at some point in time, she realizes the limitation in that. It'll get to the point where she has all the stuff, but she'll feel like there's still something missing. She's worked hard. She's purchased her home. She has a nice car. Her kids are doing well, but it seems like there's still something missing. Again, this is the 3D queen at the top of her game. Now, what's missing is she's being called to something greater within. And if she answers the calling and begins to walk the path, that is when she steps into the role of the 4D queen. Now, the fourth dimensional queen is a woman that manifests as well, but she manifests from a different point of awareness. The 4D queen isn't concerned about manifestation. She aligns herself with feminine manifestation. So what do I mean by that? I'm talking about the kind of manifestation where you attract opulence, abundance, prosperity, your heart's desire, everything that you could want, love, fulfillment, with peace, ease, grace, and flow. Now, the 4D queen, she's not focused on hard work. She's focused on not only the hard work, but she's also not driven so much by the goal. She's not so much driven by the what as she is by the who. So whereas the 3D queen, totally successful, she's driven by the outer, the 4D queen is driven by the inner. So what do I mean by that? I mean, the 4D queen understands the wisdom that life flows from the inside out. She is a woman, unlike the 3D queen, before she even starts her day, she gets connected to the power source. She seeks the kingdom within because she knows that as she cultivates the who that she is, as she begins to align with her purpose, that's what will determine her actions. That's what will determine the what. So she doesn't get it backwards. She focuses on the who first, then the what. All right? And as a result, because she's so aligned, and because she is operating in her purpose, and because she has a heart and a thirst to constantly align with that which she is created to do, the universe just rolls out the red carpet for her. That's what happens, Queen, when you begin to operate in your purpose. The universe just rolls out the red carpet for you. All of a sudden, things that might have taken you 10 years to achieve with hard work, because you're aligning and because you're allowing, because you're saying yes and you're going deep within yourself and you're breaking through the barriers, the internal barriers, and you're willing to release the internal clutter. You're willing to release those barriers from your heart. You're willing to take a really great look at the dark places in your life and to heal those places. Because you're willing to do that, and because you're willing to discover more of who you are, and because you're willing to operate from that place, the universe begins to just effortlessly bring things to you. It's not that you don't have to do any work. It's that when you are aligned, you'll realize you don't have to work so hard. And so that's the difference between the 3D queen, the 4D queen for part 9. 3D is all about manifestation. That is more masculine. Do, achieve, get the goal. 4D is all about feminine manifestation. Who am I? Why am I here? Let me cultivate and grow that. And it changes my actions. It changes my perspective. It changes my priorities. Queen, I'm telling you, if you're operating right now in 3D mode, you may have a to-do list a mile long, right? And I guarantee you, if you're operating in 3D mode, 75 to 90% of those things on your to-do list shouldn't even be done. They're not even important. It's not about what you have to do. It's about what you're called to do. And this can be a very brave step to make. But I'm telling you, being the 3D queen that's now upgraded to the 4D queen, there's no better place you want to be. Because life is so beautiful at this level. Abundance, prosperity, all of those things in a very graceful way, because you're doing what you're created to do. Everything I do with my business, everything I do in my life, it doesn't feel like work. Do I have some hard, tough days because I'm breaking some inner pollution in my life and I'm breaking through those barriers? Yeah. But I mean, when I look at my life 10 years ago and I was working 80-hour weeks, I get more done today working 4.5 days a week than I did working 80 hours a week. I'm more fulfilled. And yes, the material trappings are there. Because when you are living that 4D queen life, when you see her driving the nice Benz or whatever, and you see her in the nice house, know that all of those things are just manifestations of her internal riches. So queen, it's time to get in order is what I'm saying. And feminine manifestation is very important because this is the year of feminine manifestation. If you can remember the 2014 queen prophecy that I did early this year, I think it was part 3 or 4. This is the year of feminine manifestation. This is the year where we have to learn a new way to be. We have been working ourselves way too hard, and what God is saying is, I need more of you. I don't need you to do more, work more overtime, do this. I need more of you. You're being called to really show the world who you are in a major way. So this is part 9, but if you want more information about feminine manifestation, I actually did a wonderful call a couple weeks ago on feminine manifestation. It was all about revealing the path to peace, abundance, and prosperity. And I gave an entire blueprint for how to really begin to ignite the power of feminine manifestation in your life. Queen, this is not a call that you want to miss. You want to add this one to your success library. To get that call, to register for that call, all you simply have to do is go to www.readytoreign.com/royal. And when you go there, you'll instantly get the download once you register. But again, it's readytoreign.com/royal. Get that, begin to apply those things into your life and watch everything shift for you. Okay, so that's my message. Next week, I'm coming back with part 10 of the Queen Ascension series. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned.